Hi Pisces, this is your general tarot reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of April. Pisces, let's do what we always do. We're going to shuffle the cards and wait on the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, let's talk about the energies that you may feel throughout the month. As the first card flips over, the King of Pentacles, the King of Coin. And I think this month your mind is very much on you making that coin more, and I'll get into the reason for that. We're going to lay that card down there and wait for the rest of them to come out, Pisces. But this card jumping out, making new coin, making more coin. We'll get to it. I'll explain why this is happening. So we are leaving behind March, your beautiful Pisces season, and I hope you had a wonderful birthday. For those of you who celebrated your birthdays in March, or for February, Pisces, I'm not going to leave you out. Anyway, we're leaving behind March, still feeling a little bit of the effect of the full moon that happened in Libra in your 8th house. And what's also strange, Pisces, unusually so, that again this month on April 19th, there is a second full moon in Libra in your 8th house. So the 8th house is a very transformative place. Things are dealt with, sleeves are rolled up, and you get stuck in and pull out the trash and purge what doesn't work for you anymore. It's also the house where we finally maybe get to say goodbye to certain people, certain things who maybe have had their time in your life, but also saying goodbye to certain people or situations that have proven to be a little bit toxic in your life, Pisces. So it's good to say goodbye to that, sayonara bitch, to the toxic ones and to the toxic situations, because you're just not standing for it anymore, Pisces. Let me begin. The things I'm specifically feeling for you in this area is feeling that there was a bit of worry or concern where you were brought into a situation that was a bit of a disaster or a bit of chaos, and maybe you were asked to help solve a problem. And afterwards, you kind of said, I don't like this. I don't like the vibe of this. This needs to be cleaned up and tidied up, Somebody needed your support. Maybe somebody needed your financial support. And you went in, you helped, but there's this feeling of, I should be getting the support here. This is unusual because it can mean different things at different times, but that's what I'm feeling for you, Pisces, that you see somebody desperately needing your support, but you're saying, well, where's my support? You want me to be very concerned about your financial issue, about your problem, about your crisis, but I also need support, and I don't feel I'm getting that. Okay? Some of you might be finishing up a period where money just seemed to come in from different places, maybe a secondary income, a side business that you had, or even money that was coming in from an ex-partner or so on like that. You just see that it's not flowing the same way as it used to. And it caused you a bit of worry, but you're standing up to this situation, Pisces, and you're saying, no, that's your problem. That's your issue. I will help, I will support, but I'm drawing a line here. That's your problem. I have my own shit to be dealing with here. Stand up and take control of your life. Stand up and take control of your money, because I'm busy here getting on with making my money happen. How is it that I can manage and you can't? So there's an element of that here. It's almost like not being able to tolerate people who are finding themselves in dramas or crises that they could have avoided. Okay? So that's key here. So there's strong feelings, very strong feelings about why should I support you when I didn't get that same level of support from you. But yet at the same time, you're not being hard, bitter or cold about it, which I'm very happy to hear, Pisces, because with Mars then in Gemini in the 4th house, you're going to be doing two things. If this is a family member or a partner, then you're going to be kind of talking it out, solving the puzzle, putting a lot of effort and energy into unraveling some mess, some chaos, and fixing it. Maybe helping a family member, giving them support in some way through kind words, through motivating them in some positive way. So that's very good. But at the same time, even though you've recognized what we just spoke about, that there's a case of, like, I'll help you so far, but, stop leaning on me, stop clinging to me, you will still have that beautiful Pisces spirit that says, look, I don't want you to hang out of me, but I will talk to you about this. Let's open it out. Let's be sensitive about it. Let's see if there's something emotional going on here that's the real problem. It might not be the money. It might not be that you're losing your job. It might not be that you've gone through a particular crisis. Maybe there's something more that we can open out here and solve some emotional puzzle. So that's very strong for you this month, being that a responsible counselor to somebody, where you recognize that the best gift you can give them is not to let them cling on to you, but to help them solve whatever this emotional puzzle is. But I still feel something else, Pisces. I still feel this thing of, why do you want to make your problem my problem? Why do you want me to carry some burden for you, to carry some load for you? And as I said, I will be responsible and I will help wherever, but why are you clinging out of me? So that's quite strong, okay? So you're moving away from that and figuring all that out this month, Pisces, but at the same time you've got the sun shining on your coin, shining in the second house of you probably looking at somebody else's situation and saying, I don't ever want to find myself in that situation. I better do something to manage my money now. I better do something to make a long plan that I always feel supported by me. I don't want ever to have to depend on anybody anymore. I'm taking my coin seriously and I'm going to make that work for me. So it's almost like out of a sense of fear of not wanting to be like that person or not wanting to end up in that situation that spurs you on and motivates you to get into that feeling of money needs to generate now. And it will, because with April 5th, there is the new moon in Aries giving you that independence, that motivation to do something for yourself that brings in that value, that brings in that coin, that brings in that sense of self-esteem. No, I won't depend on another person for my self-esteem. I will generate that myself. Now with Mercury in Pisces as we start the month, in your first house, and Venus in Pisces as we start the month, there'll be some wonderful ideas coming to you, Pisces, about how to get this thing rolling, get your money situation moving. Great ideas, and write them down. Don't just lose them, dream about them in your wonderful meditation and then forget about them. Don't have that fabulous dream and when you wake up you just have your coffee and forget about it. Write it down, because these are golden ideas that are coming to you this month, particularly with Venus in Pisces, how to make that coin. Now just to change it up, with Mercury and Venus in Pisces, you could be really focused on your image. Maybe that's how you want to get ahead into your future success. Really looking now at giving out and emitting this kind of quality of value. Whenever you walk into a room, people should notice you because you look good, and maybe you're spending a few coins on your image to look even better than you already do. You look good, you dress the part, you give off the vibe, and you are somebody with a sharp mind. So people will want to talk to you, and when they do, with Venus in there and Mercury in there in the first house in Pisces, everything you say will flow. You can sell any idea to anybody. You can start a new project about making money and people will love it because you explain it so brilliantly. So it's positive, positive. It's the thing here, Pisces, of you and your motivation, you and your drive, you and your abilities is the key here to making money and to building up your sense of self-esteem, self-worth, self-value. Yeah, as above, so below, as within, so without. Looking good on the outside and looking good and feeling good on the inside. That's everything towards your success this month, Pisces. I love it. People will be very, very magnetized and attracted to you this month. So do whatever you have to do this month to get on the good side of people and for them to like what you're doing. Take that time to do that. Now, we've other big things going on this month, Pisces. April 10th, Jupiter, your old ruler, is retrograding in Sagittarius. Now, this is interesting, Pisces. You rule the feet, and what Jupiter is retrograding could be asking you is, have you got one foot in your career and one foot out? Do you desperately want to run ahead to some future success where you're earning more money, getting a better income, living a better quality of life, achieving all your goals? Do you want to run towards that and commit to that and make that your new duty? Or do you want to kind of drift away and drift back into self-sabotage in some cases, or drift away and say, if I commit to that, then I'm going to lose my privacy, I'm going to lose my ability to just, not be on a schedule and just dream my life away. So that's what I said, one foot in, one foot out. With Jupiter retrograding, he's going to say, Pisces, between now and August, it's time to start really thinking more about this. What Jupiter always wants to do is expand your luck. So it might be worth sitting with this concept for a bit, Pisces, and that is put both feet into your career, put both feet into your responsibilities, put both feet into having a new discipline in your life, a new sense of duty, responsibility, treating something with absolute respect within your career, so that you can reap the benefits by the time August comes, when Jupiter will expand upon that. Yeah. It's time to kind of, how would you say it, re-explore some new concepts, some new ideas. With Jupiter in Sagittarius, a lot of this is to do with self-talk, self-narrative. And he's asking you to slow down and ask yourself, are you self-talking your way out of some career success? Are you self-talking your way out of some really important commitment now in life? Getting disciplined with your health, getting disciplined with your career, getting disciplined about getting out there and letting people see your beautiful Pisces glistening glow. It's time to rediscover a new inner dialogue that fully supports the expansion of your success. So it's a little bit of work, Pisces, but I think you can master this. I think you'll do it. Now, the other retrogrades that are happening this month: April 24th, Pluto retrograding in Capricorn. April 30th, Saturn retrograding in Capricorn in your 11th house. And this is again a moment of just slowing down to see where you haven't fully committed to your future dreams. If you see yourself living on an island sometime in the future, living your best life with a work or a career that is paying you top brass, then are you disciplined enough to do it? Do you again self-sabotage by drifting away from your commitment to that? So it's time to ask yourself, could I be more disciplined? Could I put my beautiful two Piscean feet all in? like the roulette table. Put it all on, bet all on your future. Be all in, put all the chips in that square, because that's really where the bet might pay off, Pisces. Yeah. Now, Pluto retrograding is all about power. Again, who owns this? Who owns your future? Who's in control of it? It's not the other people you thought you could depend upon and maybe didn't get their support from. They don't control your future. It's not all the kind of stuff that you dealt with in the past. That doesn't own your future. It's not any unresolved issues that you've got going on. That doesn't own your future. With Mars in the 4th house of healing, with determination, some of the ways you speak to yourself, that certainly can help you get back that sense of control again over your future. Pisces, really, this is time to go all in. It's all or nothing. As I said, put all your chips onto that one bet of betting that your future is going to have everything that you want without limit. Because ultimately, in reality, the only limits to anything are the ones we impose upon ourselves. So you have between now and, say, September, October to really analyze that whole concept of how am I demotivating myself from getting that success or that top income? How am I demoting myself from kind of not being disciplined enough to go all in? Use this time, Pisces. The seasons change, the celestial bodies change. You're in that zone now of working hard to make your finest dreams come true, while all the energies are supporting you. Do whatever you can, as I said, roll up those sleeves and get stuck right in and remove any of the toxicity, remove any of the obstacles, and say, that belonged to the past. That belonged to who I used to be. That belonged maybe to the fearful me, or to the doubtful me, or to the one who didn't learn through my childhood perhaps how to be more confident. That belongs to that person. The new me is an upgraded me. As I visualize myself sitting drinking mojitos by a pool, that person has no worries. That person is full of confidence. So why don't I start now being that person? Start, as I mean, to go on. Be the confident person I visualize myself ending up as. Gorgeous. It really is gorgeous energy, Pisces. It's gorgeous because you're being given some gift here by Saturn, particularly retrograding. He's saying, my gift to you is that before I move ahead and lock this thing into place, lock your future vision, the way you're going to work this, before I lock that down for you and make that your new law, I first have to go back and ask you, are you sure that you've organized it in a way that you're happy with? Are you sure it's clean enough, clear enough, progressive enough, high-reaching enough? Because I'm going to lock this shit down for you and give you your dream. So he's been very kind in that way by asking you, is that your final answer? Is this your last answer? Have we got the final blueprint going into your future? So like I said, Pisces, sleeves up and get rooting out the weeds, get rooting out the toxic things and the self-sabotaging narrative. Poof, gone before Saturn locks it down and throws that cannon into your future. Okay, so that's very powerful, very, very powerful. So Pisces, now, other things that are going on that might affect you. Mercury on April 17th moves into the money house and self-esteem house, so you're building more. Your mind is definitely on new money-making ideas. You will still, with the full moon on April 19th, be weeding out some of the jealous people, obsessive people, toxic people, or people, Pisces, that you just don't see in your future anymore. Maybe it's people that can't come into that future cannon slingshot with you. Maybe they're just too obsessed with their own problems. Maybe they're too obsessed with all the wrong things. Maybe they are people who will never get their shit together. And you're wondering, should you make a clear line now between you and them? Sounds tough, sounds Machiavellian, but Pisces, this is your life. This is your life. You choose. You always have been able to choose, so choose well. And don't drag that dead wood into your future. Now, April 20th, Sun in Taurus in the 3rd house, where communication gets even stronger. Again, stronger. Stronger, determined, more willful, and certainly, how would you say it, with the ability to say the right thing that almost seems like a balm to other people. You could be doing something this month, Pisces, that is very healing and therapeutic to other people. So that's good energy for you. Venus on April 20th moves into the 2nd house of money. Again, you see, Pisces, this is where your money is starting to explode. This is where all the celestial bodies are lining up and saying, do you understand how much money you want in your life? Do you understand what you're trying to open up for your future? Do you value? What do you value? Do you value yourself? So it's big questions, big questions. So again, lock this shit down before Saturn does. Make that blueprint absolutely gold for you, where you have everything you need for your future. Now, Pisces, we've only 2 cards because I've been going on and on and on about the energies, but I think they're quite important. Very, very, very important to talk about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start choosing some cards here too. Now, I forgot about the North Node in the 5th house. Ooh, look at the beauty that came out. The world, your world is changing. In the 5th house, your mind could be very, very focused on maybe starting a family. Children, the idea of children and family might be very strong this month. But also the idea of becoming creative in your life. Everything we just spoke about. You can create the life you want. You are not a victim to the moving energies. They are just there set in place as an extra support. Start using them and playing with them and creating with the energies to get the best that you want. So that's gorgeous. Now, as I said before, I'm going to start choosing these cards. The Moon, okay, strong energies. I also get the feeling with the 2 moons last month and this month in Libra, the 2 full moons, there could be things coming out, Pisces, secrets that you had deep suspicions about before, that you couldn't quite unearth what was going on. I think you suddenly get to see the true motivation behind somebody, the true reason somebody behaves a certain way, the truth, essentially, but coming out of an emotional situation. It's almost like somebody is going through an emotional thing, and in that emotional space, they reveal, they spill, they spill it out. And you say, I knew it, I knew it. I couldn't prove it, but I knew it. And that seems to be a bit of a catalyst for change for you, Pisces. This seems to, whatever you hear or learn through somebody else's emotional situation, you, Saturn, you benefit from it. Because you benefit by pulling back your energy a little bit and saying, you sail that ship alone, bitch, because I am more determined now to focus on myself. There's an element of that, yeah. Big cards coming out for you, Pisces. One more. Yeah, okay. So let's get to it, my love. Let's go over and look at that, ta-da, big, grand overview. So your mind is on building your kingdom, your financial kingdom. You want that money, and all through this month, the energy is about you building your kingdom where you're not depending on anybody else. For some of you, the issue of becoming self-employed or even opening a side business is absolutely important for you, because there is so much more that you can have. And this month, it's almost like triggering that feeling of, I've been aiming too low. I want more. You're getting very savvy, business-minded savvy here, where you're looking at your money, you're observing how you spend it, you're watching your taxes, you're keeping your books, you're watching your utility bills, you're thinking, many of you thinking very hard about pushing towards finding a new home, upgrading your home, upgrading where you live somehow, even redecorating. It's energy being put into having your castle, having your kingdom, and having everything of value that you need, money, status symbols, and so on like that. But not just being trivial external things, but knowing that what you have on the outside is a reflection of how much you value yourself on the inside. So there's great power here, Pisces. I feel it. I feel that great generation of, let's move this shit along. Let's get more. Let's build this. I am not satisfied with anything less than the best. And what you're also going to see is when you get into that momentum, it's almost like a momentum of, I want more and I'm working towards it. The universe responds, and the universe hears the vibration that you're working at, and it says, oh, Pisces, I've heard that you want more. Well, let me hand you more. Let me give you more. I see the work you're doing. I see that you're on an upward kind of drive towards somewhere. Let me support you. The support you weren't getting from other people, suddenly you realized that the universe was supporting you, bringing you new coin, new avenues, new opportunities to expand your existing work, perhaps in some way, to bring in more streams of income. Good coin. Now, for some of you, you could be selling a property or an asset, and somebody comes and offers you top coin for that. And in turn, you can go and buy or rent a new property that's a little bit more upmarket. So it's very positive. But let's not forget, keep it real, this is a spiritual card, having a new spiritual purpose where you value yourself more. Value, value, value. Now, I will say this, it could be an earth sign. It could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, that is helping you with your coin. You could be ending one business partnership with somebody and starting up a new business partnership with another person with strong earth element in them, sun, moon, or ascendant earth. And they are all about business. They are all about, you've got this, let's expand it, let's make more of it. You've got this, let's invest a little bit here and there. You've got they just want to keep generating more, and they could be a great source of influence for you this month, Pisces. But your whole world changes once you come through some of your big fears, once you change the narrative, the inner dialogue that is self-defeating and self-sabotaging. You come through something huge. There's almost like a moment this month, Pisces, where you realize you've broken through some psychological barrier about certain fears you had about going into the future in a successful way. So well done. I mean, that's big. You're putting the energy into it and it pays off. It pays off. We touched upon that a few moments ago. Certain truths that might come out that could have potentially remained hidden forever, except for some triggering moment triggered by these two full moons last month and this month that gives you a key piece of information or understanding that makes you walk, that makes you say, I've endured too much by laboring under a false belief, by believing one thing, knowing something wasn't adding up, knowing something wasn't right, but giving my beautiful Pisces energy to it anyway. And now the truth is out and I'm walking. I am walking. I'm leaving that shit like the goddess Inanna, coming out of the dark, coming out of the underworld, naked, ready to start all over again, ready to play and dance to some new rhythm and have fun in their life, because this revelation that happens this month has set her free. The energy of the moons are setting you free, unhitching yourself from people who are going nowhere and starting again, saying, sayonara bitches, bye, 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 bye. I'm off to my new world where the coin is just dropping. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I will say this, I know for some of you there could have been some financial situation that finally gets put to rest. You finally organize something with a partner, with somebody, and it's done, the deal is done, it's dusted, you know what you're contributing, they know what they're contributing, and it's over. And now that that's done, now that I know what I've paid my dues kind of energy, now I can move on and focus on other things. So there's an element of that. Now, the moment you wake up and get clear in your mind of what's going on, because some news is brought to you, and it might be brought to you from a person you don't like, a person you don't get on with. They could be going through some weird moment in their life, and they could just, again, purge something by saying it all out in a very strange way, where you become like Mars in the 4th house in Gemini, communicating in a soft, gentle way from a place of caring, and you give them a space. Now, you're not doing it to kind of bait them. It's not the sense of trying to trap them, but you genuinely give them care when maybe they don't deserve your care, but you do, because you're Pisces, you have that good spirit. You genuinely don't want to see them going through, even though you might not like them, you don't want to see them going through pain. So you offer a safe space and they purge something. And that is the moment where you go, holy shit, that's the missing piece of information. Now I can wake up. Now I can wake up out of that dream world. And do what? Go into a new world. It's this feeling of I am not limited by their energy anymore, their vibe anymore, their toxicity, there's something I don't like about their energy, to be honest with you, Pisces. And the wake-up call comes and you are saying, they have kept me small. They have kept me under some illusion. And I am stepping out and I am finding a new world. I'm turning my back on that and it's a total turnabout, Pisces. I'm turning around and I'm not giving them my time, effort, care or attention. I wasted too much worrying about them, obsessing over them, crying over them, even in some cases. Now it's me, building myself up, building my self-esteem, my self-worth, my self-motivation, building me up to get out there, get away from that. And maybe building yourself up to find new love. For some of you, this issue could be surrounding a relationship, a love relationship. And you say, if this person can't support me, if they can't love me in the way that I need, then sure as hell I'm going to go out and find somebody who does give me all of that beautiful, unconditional love that I have always given and that I now deserve. I'm not going to be a victim to my own choices of relationship anymore. I'm going out there to meet my other half, my soulmate, my lover. That's where I'm headed. That's where I'm headed. It's almost the energy of leaving one love behind to start again with a new one. But in some cases, for those of you who are in a relationship where that is not the issue, you are certainly leaving one belief about the relationship behind, where they won't drag out of you anymore, or they're not so clingy or needy, and that you're not so clingy or needy from them too. It's almost, I feel at times, Pisces, it was like a Hansel and Gretel relationship where you were both lost in the woods in the dark and holding on to each other for dear life. It wasn't love, that was survival. Now you're ready for love. Encourage that in your relationship. Or if you've recognized that the relationship can't go on, encourage that in a new relationship. Relationships are not survival. Relationships are the addition of love to increase us. The addition of happiness. They are an accumulation of more of all the good things that you already possess. Yeah. Coming towards the end of the month, Pisces, some very hard work and discipline required by Saturn. I did say there was an earth sign. I do think you have an earthy person, sun, moon or ascendant in Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo, pushing you on. Now that could be positively or negatively. They are certainly acting as a catalyst for change. But Saturn here is saying, work harder, Pisces. Get disciplined. I will give you the benefits if you keep your head down and go all in. Put all your chips in here, Pisces. And don't feel that you're losing your freedom or you're losing out or you're losing your ability to take time off. And go all in. Because this is a moment where you're not working for other people. This is a moment when you should be working for you, for your success, for the ability to create your ideal life. So let's get working, let's get focused, let's make it happen, and let's be disciplined, and let's lock ourselves into this shit. You know, as we said before, Saturn always wants to lock us down. So before he does, around September, October, make sure that the work you've put into this is, as I said before, creating a blueprint of perfection. Now, for some of you, some of your obsession could be, okay, towards work, we get that, towards success, yeah. But other obsession could be driven by somebody who is sun, moon or ascendant in an earth sign. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Could be even somebody you work with. Very obsessed with them. They have a danger about them, a charm about them. They're very alluring. They unsettle you in some way, again, either positively or negatively, but they have a type of power, a type of dynamism, a type of control over their life, over their flow of energy that inspires you one way or another, whether you even want to admit it or not, but brings great passion to your life. Passion, obsession. Obsession with a Virgo, maybe, perhaps, some of you. Yeah. Now, by the end of the month, you are doing that work, Pisces, and I'm glad you're listening. I really am, because this is for you. This is for you. You're making that judgment call, and you're saying, firstly, I'm not going to lose money anymore. I get the feeling some of you have been through some tricky business with either an ex or your current partner financially, where you might have felt you were being taken for a ride a little bit, that you weren't getting the best out of your financial life. You weren't getting the best out of something. And it's time to really examine that. Time to bring all the things you didn't want to face before up to be seen. Resurrect some old ideas with all the retrogrades this month. Bring it up again to be dealt with. Why have you self-sabotaged and found yourself always on the outside looking in at all the good stuff? Time to bring it all up, deal with it. Deep psychological reasons, self-inner talk, as we touched upon earlier. Dig it up, root it up, and put it to rest once and for all. You can get out of that feeling of never quite achieving the greatness that you can have by tidying all of this shit up. And you begin doing that this month. Pisces, you're very supported this month to make your dreams happen. Now, you heard the key word there. You are very supported to make it happen. In other words, they're not going to do it for you. They are going to support you when you thought other people aren't supporting you, your partner, your friends, your family. The energies are supporting you all the way. So while they're there supporting you, take that support and make this happen. Make your future come, and it will be as shiny, as brilliant as you can dream it to be. Okay? So Pisces, I'm going to leave it at that. As you all know by now, this is the general landscape of the month. If you want the real details, you come, of course, to the VIMEO readings, the deep read, all linked down there below on VIMEO, where we open up all the topics about relationships, those of you in a relationship, the trickiness that might be going on there. The singles, see what the energy is like supporting you for new love, perhaps. The work and career situation, money situation, definitely. Family, friends issues that might be coming up this month, and anything else that we haven't touched upon here in the general reading. We will open all of that up and see where we're at. So do come along. The VIMEO readings linked down there below in the description box, the deep read, and it would be great to have you there again, Pisces. Now, I'm going to leave it anyway at that, and I do think that even though last month was your birthday, I think you're still getting the gifts. So take all that support and take all that gifts. And Pisces, I'm going to leave you with my own little gift, which I give you every month anyway, which is all my love, all my support, all my good wishes for you and your future, and a great, great, great big kiss. Mwah! Until next month, my beauty. Bye.